Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm going to describe to you my early literacy treatment plan for Dr. Paulson's class. The book I've chosen for this activity is There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Fly by Rose Bonney, and the drawings are by Pam Adams. And as I was kind of researching this, I found kind of an interesting bit of history. This was actually written, the song portion, in the 1950s, and then it was made into a book. And Burl Ives, a really famous singer from back in the day, actually sang it. So it's been around for a while, and it's still popular with kids today. So this activity is appropriate for preschoolers in the age range of about 3 to 5 years. And the materials you will need for this activity are this paper bag with a lady on it. And what I've done is I've cut out her mouth so the children can put in these fun paper animals. And I included all the animals from the story, from the horse to the fly. And it's pretty easy to just find clip art and then color it in. So that's what I've done. And you will also need these cards that I've created. And these cards are just pictures of words that rhyme with the animals. And another thing you will need is this worksheet that the children will complete when the story is over. So before we begin reading the story, we're going to do a rhyme identification activity. And so I've laid these all close together so you can see them. But I will lay these animals out in circle time, and I will present these cards. And I'll say, I have these cards, and I need you to help me find which words rhyme with these animals. So, for example, I'll say, log. What rhymes with the word log? And hopefully the children will shout out, dog. And I will place it under the dog category. And I'll go through and do that for all of them. Hat, pie. And then you'll realize that some of the words, such as horse, don't have a word that rhymes with it. So at this point, I'll ask the children, can you think of a silly word that rhymes with horse? And hopefully they'll come up with some fun and creative ideas for that. So before we begin the story reading, what I'm going to do is pass out the different animals to the children. And not every children will get one, but hopefully they'll still all participate anyhow. And so what I'll do is I'll say, now when I get to the word spider, the person with spider has to come up and put a spider in the old lady's mouth. And this will be a fun way to keep the kids engaged. And so when I begin reading the story, and we get to the word, perhaps she'll die, I'm going to take Dr. Paulson's advice and say, perhaps she'll cry, which I think is more appropriate for these little friends anyhow. Okay, so when we're done reading the story, what we'll do is we'll all sing the song together. And luckily for me, the song is in the back of the book. And this will be a really great way to see if the kids can stomp to the rhythm and keep a beat. So after this is finished, I will instruct the children to go back to the tables, and what we will do is we will do this little worksheet that I've created, and it says, if you can see it, there was a kid named blank who swallowed a blank. And so I'll tell the children, it's your time and your turn to pretend that you're the grandma. And so what you have to do is write your name and then something that rhymes with your name that you swallowed. And so what I'll do is I'll show them my example. There was a kid named Miss Danny who swallowed a granny. And there will be crayons at the table so the kids can color and do this activity. Now, one thing that will be important in this classroom, because of the presence of language delays as well as some kids that just aren't at that level yet, is telling them to write like a kid. And so that means that it's okay if they use squiggly lines as long as they do their best work. And so that's my activity, and I hope you enjoy it. And just to touch on the expected learning outcomes for this activity, under phonological awareness, it is expected that the children will imitate the rhythmic patterns. So when we sing the song, they'll march to the beat. They will fill in the missing words to the song. So, for example, when I say, I don't know why she swallowed a fly, perhaps she'll, and then I'll expect the children to fill in the missing words. They will have to identify words that rhyme with the cards I do at the beginning, and they will have to identify words that rhyme with their name, as in the activity where we color and write our names. And they will blend beginning sounds with the rest of the word, and this is something I'll implement in the story by saying, for example, swallow, and then I'll expect the children to blend the word. And as far as print knowledge, the children will write their name, or at least attempt to. They will be expected to identify pictures from the words on the page. So at the beginning, I will say, where are the pictures? And then I will expect the children to point to the pictures. And then I will ask, where are the words? And expect them to point to the words. They will identify the sounds of letters and produce sounds of letters and write using scribble-like markings. So that is my activity. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to watching your treatment plans. Thank you.